Hello, welcome to another episode of Chaplain Chronicles. In today's episode, I go into real life detail about some of the encounters I experienced when dealing with patients and caregivers. Please be warned, this may trigger some of you.
She said, I prefer a male minister. If I had $1 for every time someone made assumptions about me and my ministry, what I offer as a woman, as a black woman, as a young black woman, I probably could lead to where God has me for this season and this time. If I had $1 for every time someone asks a question, is there a male chaplain, or made the statement, I don't want a female chaplain, I wonder where I'd be. I wonder where I'd be. You would be surprised how many people are anti, not only women in ministry, but women in positions such as chaplaincy. For some reason, people believe that because I have a vagina, because I have mammary glands, that I am incapable or unqualified or either underqualified of doing my job. That on top of the fact that I am black and I am young, so to speak. I think most people, when I pick up the phone and I introduce myself or I tell them I'm the chaplain, they're expecting to hear an older white male, which I understand that has been the status quo for years. But people have to understand that things are changing. There are some shifts taking place in so many different industries. And I don't want to be the one to say I am breaking down walls or barriers, which I already know that I am. I'll leave that to some of my other colleagues. I want to be present, and I want to show people that God called women as well. Now, when people are in times of distress, let me bring it back to my context and what I'm talking about today. When people are in times of distress, my thought is this, and you can tell me what you think about this. This is my thought. If I am in distress and I don't have someone who represents what I need in that time, spiritual support, ministry of presence, a calming presence, a voice, an ear, and if I know that that service or that person is available, I am going to bid them to come. I'm going to welcome them with open arms. And this is my thing. I don't care what color you are. I do not care what your gender is. And I'm going to say this. I don't care what color you are, and I do not care what gender you are. I don't care how old you are. If you've been put in that position, then number one, legally in your state, you are allowed to work. There are no laws, no labor laws being broken. And I can bet that you are qualified, because the company is not going to risk their reputation to allow someone to represent them that is not qualified to do their job. But what I have to deal with on a basis is the thought of, how old are you? Where did you go to school? How long have you been doing this? And this is the thing. Those are questions that my male counterparts would never be asked. And I don't care how old they are. If someone sees a male in ministry, a male chaplain, they will admire if they're young. And they may ask, well, how long you been doing this, in more of a way of curiosity. But I get questions of third degree. How long have you been doing this? And when did you start in ministry? And what church did you go to? What seminary did you go to? People are interviewing me in their most deepest and desperate time of need. And it's almost like that saying goes, you are on fire and you need water, but you refuse the help because of who's bringing you the cup. We have to be careful with that. So I want to ask you today, have you ever been in a position where you have refused services or help from someone because of what you assumed about them? Have you missed your blessing? Have you missed an opportunity for a life-changing moment all because you assumed what a person looked like, where they were from, what they were wearing, how educated they were, how well you thought they were on top of things. And before you even gave them a chance, you already canceled the opportunity. I want to know that today. That's all I wanted to ask you today. And I wanted to share just a little bit of a glimpse of my experience and what it has been. It is difficult. It's very hard out here. And you have to really have tough skin, and you have to be a person that has balance. So I come in as the mediator, but also I'm very observant. I have a strong spirit of discernment. I can feel when someone is for me or not for me. And I know many people say that they know when someone is for them or not for them. But the greatest thing about what I do is that God has really empowered me to not allow it to get to me in such a way where I'm ready to quit or give up or throw in the towel. You have to understand and realize that people are going through things. Number one, life-changing situations and circumstances. They're in a transitioning. They are in a transitioning period of their life. But also what I understand is people bring their own perceptions and preconceived notions to the table. And then you have people that if they were racist, if they were prejudiced, if they had an issue of women in ministry, they're dealing with that in their distress, but they've not put it so far to the back of their mind where they can let it go in that moment. And I know I have had people who have had to give me disclaimers because their father or mother or whoever they were caring for what was on their sick bed had to give me a disclaimer and say, I apologize in advance if they say something that is rude or mean. They are not themselves. But really what you're telling me is, no, they are themselves. But at this moment in their life, it may come out. Maybe using the word, maybe calling me something out of character. I don't know. But I've had people to tell me disclaimers. And I always wonder, if I was a male, would this happen? So again, let me know in the comments, have you ever missed your blessing or almost missed your blessing or missed an opportunity to be served or receive help from someone that could possibly give you a different perspective on things, but because you didn't receive the package it was in, that's it. Because you didn't receive the package it was in, you altogether lost on that opportunity. Maybe the opportunity came back, but you did realize that you missed out. Let me know in the comments below. As always, I am Shanae Cartwright, success strategist, mind change equals life change, and I will talk with you again soon. Bless you.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.